Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. Hey, today I wanted to talk to you about COLA and some projections or forecasts of what the numbers will look like for our next cost of living increase. Now, obviously, the numbers that come out on a monthly basis for CPI currently are not the ones that will be used to fully calculate what our COLA will be. Those numbers will come out the last quarter of the federal fiscal year, which is July, August, and September. And then all those calculations will happen and the number will be spit out to us in the middle of October for our COLA for the next year. And so that would be for 2024 and going into effect at that point. So with that, what I wanted to do is just kind of go through the numbers that came out last month, which was March. And again, they come out every month for the prior month. So here we are in April. They came out in April on April 12th, and those numbers are for last month. So I want to go over that real quick. And I do have a little article here that I did want to read with that projection on where we could potentially see COLA based on the data that we have so far. Now, again, anything can change, right? So there could be a lot that happens between now and then. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The March 2023 Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, which is CPI-W, released April 12th, was 296.021, which is 1.4% above the fiscal year 2023 baseline of 291.901. The next CPI-W release is set for May 10th. The CPI-W figures from the end of this fiscal year, which is what I had mentioned earlier, which is the July, August, September, will be compared to the fiscal year 2023 COLA baseline. Again, the baseline currently 291.901. So will be compared to that baseline to calculate the 2024 COLA. And, there's obviously more into it than that. But, for most of us, we just kind of care what the bottom line is going to be as far as an indication of what we're looking at as far as a potential COLA, right? Cost of living increase. So, or allowance. Now, what we're looking at here is I have a article up from 401k Specialist, and I've done these articles before from them. They seem to do a pretty good job and have a good pulse on things. So I wanted to share this with you. The headline here is New Inflation Data, and now it just covered it up for me, which is pretty awesome. There you go. New inflation data shows 2024 Social Security COLA still headed below 3%. Now, remember that VA will essentially mirror the Social Security COLA, any adjustments with regard to COLA. So moving on in the article here, it says, latest forecast for next year's cost of living adjustment stays below 3%, which would be significantly below this year's 8.7% increase. If inflation continues to fall at the current rate, it appears that the Social Security cost of living adjustment for 2024 will be lower than 3%, according to the Senior Citizens League. The Senior Citizens League projection for a much lower COLA in 2024 compared to this year's 8.7% increase is based on the 12-month average rate for Consumer Price Index that is used to calculate the Social Security COLA, which has been on the decline. Now, again, anything can change, right? We're I guess 2 quarters in now. So the rate of inflation has measured, or the rate of inflation as measured by the CPI-W has fallen to 4.5% in March, according to data released this morning, which is April 12th, by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. That's the smallest 12-month increase since the period ending in September of 2021. The official 2024 Social Security COLA will not be determined until October, again using those last 3 months of the federal fiscal year, and then roll that information out and publish it for October or in the middle of October. It says here, this year's 8.7 COLA raised the average monthly retiree benefit by about $144 to $1,800 per month. The COLA raise was 5.9% in 2022 and 1.3% in 2021. So they're giving some historical there. So for those that don't remember, because we all tend to have short-term memories, is 2021 there was a 1.3% COLA. 2022 there was a 5.9% COLA, and then last year was 8.7%. And then this year's projection is 3 or less, really, at this point. Although easing inflation should relieve older consumers, new survey findings from the Senior Citizens League indicate that recent steep inflation has had long-lasting financial impacts on many older households, making recovery very difficult. The good news, according to the Senior Citizens League, Social Security and Medicare policy analyst Mary Johnson, is that 8.7% COLA increase for 2023 exceeded the actual rate of inflation in every month so far this year by an average of 2.6%. That's about $44.90 per month based on an average Social Security benefit of $1,694 for those that are receiving Social Security, right? So this is obviously Social Security centric because VA will mirror it. But that so-called cushion is completely consumed by the $164 per month, $164.90 per month Medicare Part B premiums that is automatically deducted from Social Security benefits, Johnson said. Research by the Senior Citizen League indicates that the average benefits fell short of inflation by roughly, looks like 1.054 from January 2021 to December of 2022. Pretty sure that's a period. Looks like could be a comma. Let's see. Roughly $1,054 from January 2021 to December of 2022. Average benefits in 2023 have only recovered about $179.40 in total since the start of the year. And that's the amount before the deduction for Part B premium. So this is important stuff to know, especially if you're already receiving Social Security. You already feel this. For those that are getting ready to move into the Social Security world, there's a lot of nuance there. The financial impact of the past 2 years of inflation has had some far-reaching consequences, especially for modest and middle-income retirees. The Senior Citizens League new survey of 1,055 older recipients found sizable jump in the number reporting they have depleted a retirement account over the past 12 months. So that's sad. You're just getting rid of retirement accounts, cashing things out, paying exorbitant interest in order to do that. So third quarter 2022 to 26%, the first quarter of 2023. So the numbers jumped from 20% to 26% of folks that are depleting retirement accounts. The survey also found that those who reported they carried debt on consumer credit cards for more than 90 days climbed to 45%. That's huge. The highest level recorded by this survey despite the recent rise in interest rates. So what was bad is now worse, is really what that is. So with that, we'll go ahead and end it there. Bottom line, as far as COLA increase, at this point it's saying sub 3%, but we'll keep an eye on it for you. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.